Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Boston area, to the Institute for Artificial Intelligence and Fundamental Interactions, and here to MIT. My name is Jesse Thaler, and I'm the IAIFI director, and it's amazing to have this group of people interested in physics and AI coming together. This is the third edition of our IAIFI summer workshop. First edition was in Tufts, second edition was Northeastern. We're here at MIT, and given that our other partner institution is Harvard in IAIFI, you could perhaps see a trend that we might have. And we're really grateful for funding from the National Science Foundation to have the possibility of having this institute that can bring people together in this interdisciplinary space. So the most important thing that you want to know is something that I don't actually have an answer to. So some of you have been trying to get on the Wi-Fi this morning. There are plenty of Wi-Fi networks, but there aren't any passwords. And so we are talking with MIT's information folks, and hopefully we will be able to tell you the way to connect to the internet. So apologies for that. It's supposed to be that you can just use either your own or MIT Guest. It's supposed to work seamlessly. And in fact, it did work seamlessly last week at our IAIFI summer school. So some of the folks in the audience here were students at our summer school last week. Really wonderful to see you again. And apologies that the Wi-Fi is not quite as working as well as it was for our students. So just to start off, I wanted to tell you a little bit about what IAIFI is, for those of you who don't know. We're an interdisciplinary group in the Boston area dedicated to bringing together AI and physics, basically sewing together the deep learning revolution in artificial intelligence with some of the deep principles or deep thinking in physics to try to gain a deeper understanding, both of physical systems, but also of intelligence itself, or at least machine intelligence. And I'll briefly tell you about some of the ways that we're pioneering interdisciplinary research, empowering the next generation of talent working in AI plus physics, and building a dynamic community. And you here are part of building that dynamic community, both in the Boston area, but also worldwide. So I actually started before there was the rise of large language models, but now that we have large language models, IAIFI junior investigators are able to make jokes at my expense. So this was from an April Fool's joke from 2023, not ChatGPT, but I have my own little bot chat, Jesse T, a cybernetic physicist sent back in time to fuse techniques from quantum field theory and machine learning. And so this slide I did not make myself, rather our fantastic project manager, Marisa, who you're all going to get a chance to meet, typed in this prompt. In 2 to 3 sentences, what would you like attendees to take away from the 2024 IAIFI Summer Workshop? Absolutely crucial to prompt engineer to say 2 or 3 sentences, because otherwise Jesse T will ramble on and on, just like the real Jesse T does. And here's the answer, which I have not read yet, so this is me seeing this for the first time. So, the 2024 IAIFI Summer Workshop, a melting pot of physics and AI brilliance. As Jesse Thaler, director of IAIFI, I want attendees to leave the workshop feeling energized and inspired by the groundbreaking research presented. Let them take away not just knowledge, but a sense of camaraderie and excitement to push the boundaries of both physics and artificial intelligence, creating a fusion hotter than the core of a star. Yeah. You can ask whether the virtual director is more precursor than the actual director. But we are going to certainly see elements of language models and kind of the forefront AI, generative AI fusion in this workshop this week. In terms of some of the research that we're doing in IAIFI, it covers a huge range of areas, from theoretical physics, including my own area of nuclear and particle physics, quantum field theory, string theory, quantum many-body physics. On the experimental side, we're funded by the National Science Foundation, so not surprisingly, our research has an impact on some of the NSF flagship physics experiments, including IceCube, the Large Hadron Collider, and LIGO. There's a large astrophysical component, thinking about things like dark matter searches, the large-scale structure of the universe, galaxy formation, and then also working on foundational aspects of AI in topics such as representation learning, robust and interpretable AI, as well as reinforcement learning. And all of these various talks, there's going to be, all these various themes, there's going to be talks this week representing folks outside of IAIFI as well as within IAIFI working on these types of topics. For me as IAIFI director, it's an incredible opportunity for me to explore different directions. And so something that I never thought I'd ever work on was using large language models to process astrophysical data sets. But we had a fantastic IAIFI fellow, Siddharth Mishra Sharma, as well as a summer intern, Yidang Song, who convinced me that it's possible to actually use some of our understanding of data sets in physics, or in this case, astrophysics, to try to do things that I was very skeptical whether would work. So in this particular case, you can try to take a contrastive learning model off the shelf, and you're going to be hearing more about contrastive learning at this workshop, and try to take a generic off-the-shelf contrasting learning model and say, hey, contrastive learning, here is an embedding of this Hubble image. Tell me what text is close to that Hubble image. or in this case, the other way around, show me Hubble images of Jupiter, and an off-the-shelf clip model will say, give you a picture of Jupiter. That's the first one here. It will also give you a picture of Neptune and also give you a picture of a quasar. And so basically, this pre-trained model, all it knows is that Jupiters are kind of spherical-ish, and so it gives you spherical pictures. But if you actually do a refinement of the model by taking advantage of the pairing of images and data, textual data through the Hubble archives, actually the abstracts that people submitted to try to justify telescope time to point at various images of the sky, you can use that correlation to try to refine your model. And when you do that refining, it's not perfect. You get images that actually have more scientific value, even though that's not really a circle in the sense that it's cut off by clipping effects or masking effects. But these actually are Jupiter, and this is not really a Jupiter, but at least closer to a Jupiter-like object. That's a Saturn. And so you're actually seeing that the use of scientific information is beneficial for finding these correlations. And then if you do something where I have absolutely no expertise, so I was just as good as the clip model, this particular image here, I was like, oh, that must be an Einstein ring. After all, it's kind of a circular thingy. But anyone who actually knows something about astrophysics will say, yeah, that's not really a ring. What that is a supernova remnant. And indeed, even though this clip model used a kind of the image structure to it, like where the pixels are, trying to use that to understand or try to guess that this is a gravitational lens. The fine-tuned model actually has more information. In particular, this is pointing right at supernova 1987A, so of course it's a supernova remnant. But this combining of AI technologies and insights from physics, in this case, just the insight of what data set was available, is something that's been really exciting. And you'll see other examples of people finding interesting ways of correlating data sets or finding structures. In terms of what we're doing in empowering the next generation of AI plus physics talent, one of our flagship things is our IAIFI postdoctoral fellowship program. And we're now actually accepting applications for our 5th round of IAIFI fellows. So if you yourself are looking for a job or you know people who are at the postdoctoral career stage, applications are due on October 9th. And we've had very successful IAIFI fellows coming in through IAIFI, and now we're old enough that people are starting to go out of IAIFI. And some of the folks that you'll be seeing this week, Alex Galdiano, Carol Cuesta-Lazaro, and Jesse McAuliffe are going to be giving presentations this week. But of course, there's other IAIFI fellows in the audience as well. Please say hi, and maybe one of you will also become an IAIFI fellow one day. Also in the education of AI plus physics, particularly at graduate education, Phil Harris has developed this awesome course on computational data science and physics, which actually walks students through various data sets used for Nobel Prize-winning discoveries, as well as the algorithms used to process those data sets. And then that's been rolled into an interdisciplinary PhD program for physics, statistics, and data science at MIT, which has been really exciting as a way for students who want to get a physics grounding, but then also have a skill set that's relevant both for their physics research, but also jobs in industry. And last week, our most recent recipient of the physics, statistics, and data science degree, Will Katuni, he defended. I was on the thesis committee along with his advisor, Mike Williams. And he gave a really cool presentation about representations of physics, but also the physics of representation and this two-way street between AI and physics. Finally, building the sense of community. Here are a couple of just photos of all the things that we do around IAIFI, bringing people together. We started during the pandemic, and then the pandemic lifted, and we all were so excited to interact with each other. But for those of you who are not in the Boston area, you can also interact with us virtually. And our IAIFI Colloquium series, basically every other Friday, you can tune in. Here you have a picture of Michael Douglas talking about some interesting aspects of AI and physics. You can also catch up on our past colloquia on the YouTube channel. And then for speakers who agree from this workshop here, your recordings of your work will also be shown online. Okay, so just starting to wrap things up. As I mentioned already, we had this very successful IAIFI summer school last week. So here are the students who did 4 days of lectures and tutorials, plus 1 exciting day of hackathons. And it was actually really fun to see what students worked on this Friday, bringing together the knowledge that they had learned from the previous week. Many of the students are here again, so welcome back. And of course, additional ones of you who are just here for the workshop. And want to thank, in terms of people who gave us financial support specifically for the summer school, of course, the National Science Foundation, MIT for the Space, but then also financial partnerships with Visa, Couera, PDD Partners, and Foundries, who gave generous financial and in-kind support specifically for our summer school. Okay, so here at the workshop, there's 170 of you, at least those are the number of you who signed up from 13 different countries. 27 plenary speakers, 36 contributed talks, 33 posters. It's going to be a whirlwind week. In terms of events, we have two main events where you'll get a chance to network and also have food provided. One this evening, which will be I think it's either in this building or next to this building in the media lab, poster session followed by a reception. And then the workshop dinner will be on the top floor of the new Schwarzman College Computing. And in your packet, you should have information about how to get to those various venues. In terms of meals, also in your packet, recommendations about meals to go to. My go-to place is Clover, which you can order food with online. So that's listed here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 4-minute walk away, vegetarian sandwiches, but a lot of stuff going on in the area. And you'll have ample lunch breaks to take advantage of the food in Kendall Square. Want to do a special thanks to the IAIFI Summer Workshop organizers. Those are the folks with the purple shirts. So I do not have a purple shirt. Please do not thank me for doing anything. I've done nothing except for stand up right now for these first 10 minutes. The real work was done by Fabian, Demba, Sneh, Edie, Alex, D, Owen, Polina, Manas, Socrates, and then our awesome IAIFI project management team of Marisa LaFleur and Thomas Bradford. Those are the people who really make sure that IAIFI runs smoothly, and in particular for this event here today. Okay, so here is the schedule. I'm circling here the two events where food is provided, both the poster session this evening and then the workshop dinner. Plenary talks are 30 plus 15, and we are really going to try to keep you to that. There's an iPad app here. Now, you can notice that this iPad app is counting up at this point. Okay, that's because it's over time. I've spoken too long. But we're going to try to keep people to 30 minutes and then really have vigorous discussion through the plus 15. So please, speakers, leave time for questions. We like taking photos in IAIFI. We'll be taking photos throughout the week. If you have any concerns, please notify a committee member. As I mentioned, the poster session is at 5 o'clock, which will have reception and refreshments following that. And then please, the MIT Media Lab would like you not to bring food or open drinks into the auditorium. Water bottles are okay, but let's try to make sure that they let us use the space again in the future. Try not to spill coffee on the carpet. Okay, so with that, I think that's all I need to say. Are there any immediate questions before we actually get to the scientific program? Internet. So if you just walked in, the internet is supposed to be working. It is not working the way that we were told it was going to be working. We're not sure whether it's because we're in a basement bunker here or some other reason. But we will let you know as soon as we can how to connect. It should be that Edge Room just works. It should be that MIT guests should work. But we are looking into other opportunities, and Marisa can give you a way of whether she solved this problem yet. And the answer is no, so we apologize for that. Hopefully by the time we get further on in the program, that will all be solved. Any other questions? Okay, so with that, we're going to start with our first speaker, Matt Schwartz, who's going to be talking about 10,000 Einsteins.